This is a quick demo of our favorite tool in Fathom here called Goalseek. So rather than looking at a set of financial statements where us as accountants might give a customer financials that look something like this and say, okay, here's your net income, operating profit, etc., good or bad. If something's not good or we need to make improvements, it's not easy for the business owner to see, well, I need to change this by this amount to get better performance. So that's where Goalseek comes in as one of our favorite tools and helps business owners sort of understand what drives their business. So as the simplest example, gross margin, right? You want to make sure you have a solid gross margin. Pretty simple. There's only a couple of drivers of that ratio. So if we're saying, well, our business, we actually should be getting 70% gross margin on our product, what do I need to do? You can see you've got two choices. It's price and it's your variable cost. Not going to help to sell more. You actually need to change these variables, and usually you can see these are highly sensitive, so it'll tell you the order of sensitivity. So you may not be able, obviously, to change your price by 80%, and we're obviously using big numbers here, but let's say you can hit roughly 20%. Okay, that's good, but now that's all I can do. Then I need to start reducing my costs. So maybe I can go renegotiate with vendors and get down to a 20%. And you can see where it shows you the goal. We haven't hit our goal by making these adjustments, but we've made progress against that goal to get to 70%. It's a good visual way and good sort of way to interact and see what you can do to come up with a plan of attack for the business owner and the team to say, well, let's go see what we can do. But this is what we think we need to do to make improvements in this area. A little more complex, but useful might be, let's say, the profitability ratio. So what's the percent profit I have on operations, or my revenue minus my operating expenses, and what's my profit percent? And this might not be a bad one, 12%, but let's say we're trying to target 15% or something like that. It shows you these are the most sensitive drivers. This one is a little bit less sensitive. Okay, if we want to increase our profit, again, price, and usually price solves all problems. Maybe we can add a 1% price sometime in the next year or at the beginning of the year, let's say, right? Okay, that changes things. What else can we do? We need to sell more. Can our sales team go and improve our sales by 5, 6%? Hopefully they could. Let's say they can get 2%. All right, well, that's it. That's all we can do so far. What else can we focus on? And then you might want to look at, fixed expenses or your variable cost of sale. Maybe again, you can renegotiate with the vendor and get a pay sooner or whatever, 5% or 0.5%, or let's just say 1%. It's easier to type as you could see, but it shows you along the goal. So I think you get the point there. And you can see one of the things you've noticed is variable cost of sales fixed. So you can't just easily plug your accounting system in and connect it to Fathom, and this will all work. You actually need to configure your accounting system so things are tracked. Variable cost of sales, variable expenses are coded a certain way so Fathom can see that, and fixed expenses, not just fixed asset capital purchases, but actual like rent that doesn't change, those types of things need to be coded a certain way so this will work, which includes all of the things that Fathom can do. But it's important here. So if you don't know how to do that, then you probably need an accounting team to help adjust the system and code things the right way so these will continue to function. Things can get pretty granular. If you look down at cash flow, you can see there are a lot of things that can drive cash flow, even more things to see here, right? So if we needed more cash, price volume isn't really what it's suggesting as the biggest bang for the buck. There's so many little tweaks you can make to do that. And oftentimes it comes down to your day drivers on cash flow. Can I collect my AR faster? What kind of tactics can we do to collect faster? Can I age my payables a bit? And if you've got inventory, are you turning your inventory fast enough, or are you sitting on those costs? So great visual tool to make little tweaks and come up with a plan for a quarter or for a year. That isn't as complex as doing full budget or forecast, which is useful, but a nice tool to go in and visualize data, maybe show your sales team or show other people in the team, when this happens, you know, on the operations side, this is what happens financially. So they have a good way to understand the impact of what they're doing.